Hello and welcome everyone to episode 179 of One Piece at a Time, the One Piece read-through podcast where we read and discuss 5 chapters of the One Piece manga each and every week. I'm your host, Derrick Bittner, and I'm joined by a wonderful co-host and freelance letterer, Brandon Bovia. How you doing, Brandon?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm, of course, Brandon Bovia, freelance letterer extraordinaire. I feel like we finally got a straightforward set after like 2 weeks of like nearly 2-hour-long episodes.
Yeah, it's a lot simpler this time around, and
yeah,
technically we're not even in Whole Cake yet. We've not reached Whole Cake. We're just in the what is it? The Totto Islands or
the Totto Land.
Totto Land, yes, it is. That's nice. So we're on that journey and getting a sense of character here, and that's the thing that throws me for a loop with this set. And obviously we'll get into it more as we break down the chapters themselves, but none of the characters act like I think they would in most cases.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot kind of throwing you for a loop here. There's I feel like we're getting just like those little nuggets of like, okay, here's kind of like what this character is like, but like it is maybe I feel like Oda's toying with your expectations here.
Yeah, because I think the Dressrosa, and it's like you arrive, you're in the town, here's the introduction to the town, here's a few characters, and it's just sort of giving you a sense of the place, and you get a little bit of that here, just because of the weirdness of the whole setup of Whole Cake. But it's more character based than anything else. But yeah, we're slowly meeting Sanji's family, and we're slowly meeting Big Mom's family. I guess is the best way to put that.
Very crucial. Oh, also Jinbe's here.
And Jinbe's here, which oh boy. Can I just say that I completely forgot about Jinbe?
yeah. I mean, because it. Oh, sorry, you first.
Just between the excitement of Dressrosa and Zoe, he just completely left my mind after we got finished with his chapter cover story.
Yeah, and it feels almost so long ago where, almost 200 chapters ago at this point where, we were dealing with Fishman Island, and it was like, oh, okay, Fishman Island is part of Big Mom's territory, and, Jinbe wants to join the Straw Hats, but is like, this whole Big Mom thing, like, I gotta take care of this first. And we're seeing him taking care of it, seemingly.
Yeah, seems like it. So
so there's a lot, like, we're seeing a lot of converging kind of plot lines all starting to come together here. You'll get more and more of I don't think you quite have the sense of like what Whole Cake will be like in a broad sense.
No.
But we're just getting a little bit of that, I guess it's real compared to Dressrosa. It really is different, where it was like, bam, go. Those first 5 chapters were bonkers.
I couldn't tell you the structure of this whatsoever at this point. It is. Yeah. I mean, it could go in so many different directions, and I guess that's exciting in its own way. Like, I have no idea what we're in for. So
I do think the fact that you're already catching on to the fact that, like, this sort of introductory segment is way more kind of like character focused, I think is a good observation to keep in the back of your mind.
All right. So I guess let's not waste any more time. Just get right into it with chapter 826, 0 and 4, which I started thinking, like, I'm getting some Baroque Works memories here.
No, yeah.
When I first saw that.
Yeah.
But it's time to see what Mihawk and Perona are up to, and they've decided to take this wasteland of a battlefield and actually till the land and plant flowers in this nice garden with all the monkeys. It's like,
I love how they're all wearing straw hats, and I love even the gorillas are wearing straw hats. They're all, taking a load off, eating some rice balls.
The ridiculousness of Perona wearing a straw hat and then having her usual crown right on top of it is pretty great. And
it's fantastic.
She has that goth style down too. Is just the dress with the skirt, and then the schoolgirl top.
Yep. I love how I have never seen Mihawk this like casual.
No, it's weird to see him that casual.
It's kind of great.
It's a whole new side to him, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get into the chapter itself, where we came across one of the Germa 66 ships here, which looks like a giant transponder snail. Even glares at the Sunny. It's like, what is up with this thing?
Yeah. I guess like the way is it like, I wonder if it's got like cameras or something almost. Given what we learn a little bit later in this chapter, I wouldn't be super surprised at that. But I also like that it looks like it's got like half, like not even half. It's got like the side of a castle on top of it.
Yeah, it's different from any ship we've seen thus far. It's pretty wild, but it also immediately gets into the like, oh hey, it's Sanji. Except
yes,
no, it's
no.
It's definitely not Sanji. We can definitely tell that, but they're all treating it like such. As like, Kara believes it, Nami believes it. Chopper is desperate. It's like, hey, Luffy's dying. Meeting that poisonous fish. Do you have any more antidotes? And that's the part when that person that have come across is like, why do you keep calling me Sanji? I was like, you got the wrong guy. Don't blame you. My name is Yanji.
Yep.
Which upon seeing his character design and then the next character, the new character's character design, I immediately got like, oh, that's what Oda's doing with the Vinsmoke family, where he's going straight up. Like, well, looking at how he's designed and the legend that it is, it's like, oh, he's going straight up like Power Rangers type villains, where the villains all are wearing like very stereotypical like outfits that are decked out and just looking like an evil family. Like that is how it is.
It's definitely very telling that his title is Winch Green.
Yes,
and the other one that we're going to meet is also color based, and of course, as you would expect, he has green hair.
Of course.
Yeah, and I love, of course, Chopper's very confused. Like, look, I did it all. He's even got the same twirly eyebrows. And here Yanji says, my connection to the Sanji you know so well is a secret. It's like, that's obviously his brother.
Definitely his brother. They're like, oh, so he has a younger brother. It's like, huh? How do you know he's younger? And that's when we get into the whole thing of San meaning 3 and Yan meaning 4. So, I think we got our naming convention for the Sanji's brothers. So, see that. But we definitely he's definitely related to Sanji, because as soon as he sees Nami, got hard eyes and everything, is like, oh, what a hottie.
Yeah, and I love that's what Chopper's like, I knew it was you, Sanji. And they're so gullible. And then he's just like, Yonji's like, all right, let's pull back. This is a waste of time. And then Chopper's like, wait, Sanji, no, I'm Yonji. He's just insistent on this.
Chopper's like, there's a rash spreading all over Luffy. He has some amazing resistance, but it's not being effective enough to stop this stuff. We need help. Whatever you need. It's just, it's a fish poison. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to die? How are you going to be the king of the pirates if you die to this? And just like, please give us to this. If you're Sanji's brother, we beg of your help. And that's when you get the other evil part of it, where it's like, sorry, I'm not into helping others. If you're really pirates, why don't you try plundering our ship for the cure?
Yep. Yeah, as Nami says, only the Playboy part is the same.
I love how we start getting a sense of what Pedro's all about. He's like, just give me the order to fight. I'll kick his ass.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's when some other character shows up and kicks Yanji in the head for being so uptight, sends him straight into the water.
Yep.
And that's when we meet Lady Reiju.
Yes.
Who has already appeared. And it's upon seeing Reiju's design, I was like, okay, I see how they're all working. All of them have like the double 6 somewhere on their body. Hers is tattooed on her legs. She has this like butterfly look to her. Is like, okay, That's an interesting design. It's like here's
Yeah.
female Sanji. All of them have the curly brow. All of them have the curly.
Yes, all of them have the curly brow, which is hilarious. And yes, if Yonji was winch green, her title is poison pink. So you're really, with green and pink, and of course she has sort of like a, it's kind of like a pinkish purple hair color, but no, we are definitely leaning kind of Power Rangers Super Sentai with Sanji's family, which I feel like you could probably already imagine, if we've got green and kind of pink, and if Sanji's blonde, then you could probably fill in the blanks on
Yeah,
what colors the other two are.
Yeah, time for blue, red, maybe black.
Yeah, couldn't get gold.
You couldn't get a gold.
But
get that
but
Six
also,
Ranger. Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, gotta get this. I was gonna say, it is interesting to note that now with now that we have Reiju here, we have thus the chapter titles 0 and 4, because 4 being Yonji, and Rei is Japanese for 0, so she's actually implied to be the oldest, which is cool.
Oh, okay. I wasn't. I figured with it saying 0 that was sort of the implication, but I don't know enough Japanese with the Reiju how it kind of works with, I guess, Ji versus Ju. So there's like Ju is probably what, girl or daughter?
I guess it's. I actually don't know. I think because G is explicitly male, and I think Oda didn't want like a explicitly masculine kind of ending for it, so he just changed from G to Ju. I don't think Ju is particularly feminine. I think it's just to differentiate her, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
And her 0 is a lot more subtle with it's because of the dots and all the
butterfly kind of motif.
Yeah. And of course, Hafta has it right on the breast, plunging neckline.
Right,
that is a hell of an outfit.
Yeah, it is. But she's got one of my favorite designs. I think you're gonna like Reiju. She's a really cool character.
She has a fun design. You know what's weird? It's the hair. It's the hair over the eyes. I'm always a sucker for that. With the character design, and it's the earbuds or the headphones over. For whatever reason, that works, and the scarf.
Yeah. They all have the scarf, I think.
Oh yeah, they do all have the scarf. It's much more pronounced with her because he has also the more pronounced. Yonji has more pronounced cape.
Yeah, I think the scarf is also something that I think we'll get into it a little bit later. There are multiple kind of inspirations that Oda is pulling from here, but Power Rangers is definitely one of the themes with Germa.
I can imagine Kamen Rider being in here as well.
Okay, yeah. That's the scarf. Yeah, that's Kamen Rider.
I've not watched Kamen Rider, but I've seen enough of Kamen Rider to be like, that's right. They're all about the scarf.
Yeah. So we're doing just Japanese superheroes here.
I'm down with this, and apparently they have hover shoes. Because with Yonji. I think it's easy to. I'm going to declare that he has no devil fruit, just because he's launched to the water, and he has the tech to sort of lift him up into the air. But I don't know if that would help him if he has a devil fruit. It's hard to say. I'm going to assume no, it wouldn't. But maybe I'm wrong about that. Yeah. But as we will soon learn, she definitely does. But as Yonji points out, it's like, our name was synonymous with evil at one time, and that's why we were the models of that comic strip. And that's when Reiju just, I'm going to mix these two up. Reiju compliments Brooke. It's like, oh, you seem to know a lot about history, Mr. Skeleton. It's like, well, I've been alive for a long time and dead too.
Yes, of course. And it's interesting that, even though that's kind of all in the past, they are still technically a royal bloodline. And as Reiju kind of says, like, we even have the right to go to the Reverie if we want, which is an interesting factoid to drop at this point in time, since it seems to be literally happening right now.
Yeah, they're a nation without a land. That's certainly different. Of course, Brooke being Brooke, he immediately asks her, "Is like, hey, can I see? In that case, can I have a peek at your panties?" Just doing his typical thing. Yes. But that's when it's time to be like, "Oh boy, it is very lucky we came across Reiju here, because she literally has the ability to eat poison." And she locks lips with Luffy and starts just sucking the poison out, so the rash moves to her lips. and just sucks it all down. And technically Luffy's first kiss, but this is more like CPR or no
CPR.
Yeah,
CPR. Wait. Yeah. That's
the problem is it's One Piece. On my head, I was like, wait, no, it's CP9. It's like, no,
yes. Well, wait, because CPR is. I thought that's the.
Oh yeah, just mouth to mouth. But I always associate mouth to mouth with the CPR. But
this is not a romantic kiss. It's a life-saving kiss.
It's also one of those things where it's kind of gross watching the rash.
It is a little
go to
gross,
her.
Yeah.
Because Luffy is drawn in a really almost zombified way with the way the rash looks. It looks because it looks like his just exposed raw muscle. With the way it's drawn in, but nope, she sucks it all down and licks her lips and thanks for the treat because I am poison pink. And Luffy just conks out. He's asleep, and then he wakes up soon after. He's completely fine.
And I love that he's just kind of the first thing he says, he's just I was eating the fish. Did I fall asleep? But this kid was so good. Is there any left? And Nami's like, no, do not.
And as soon as Luffy sees Reiju, he's like, Sanji? And I was like, she's a girl.
Yes, a girl. I just can't even tell. Not even gender will stop him.
Nope, not at all. But Reiju thanks them for all they've done for Sanji up to this point, and we get an explanation for why they've not found him up until now. Because
this is a great explanation. I love this.
They were separated at a young age, and our father has always been searching for him. 2 years ago, there was a bounty poster resembling Sanji, so father had Navy HQ in hot pursuit after him. But it turned out to be a person named Duval.
So that's why Duval was getting chased all this time.
Just because the Vinsmokes were after him and getting all this stuff. That's why they were so dedicated to get him. So that's actually kind of impressive. He stayed away. But they finally got a real picture of Sanji thanks to those hard eyes and seeing him on there. And poor Sanji, his bounty is kind of artificially pumped up.
Yes,
to his father.
Yep. And had it turned had it turned from dead or alive to only alive. So there's that. It was his dad. Good old daddy.
So they were supposed to meet him and escort him, but they've missed him. So now they're just he's somewhere either with his own father or Big Mom. And it's interesting to say because we do not see Sanji at all throughout these chapters.
All this section, we don't know. Well, I mean, we know that or at least last time he saw him, he was on Big Mom's ship at least.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's interesting that they haven't seen him yet either.
True. Luffy immediately cuts to the chase. It's like, well, thanks for saving my life, but give Sanji back. He's my companion. Reiju just sort of smiles. Yanji's like, hey, you saved an enemy. And he's like ready to throw down, it looks like. And that's when he's like, hey, you're Peckham's, right? Why are you here? He's like, no, I've got my own business. It's none of yours. So, don't you worry about that. And so Reiju leaves and it's like, we're just going to pretend we didn't see anything. We don't want to get in trouble by ruining our brother's marriage, so let's agree to exercise discretion. So Peckham's like, yep, good idea.
Separate ways, and
yep.
A chance encounter before things start kicking off, really.
Yes. And then, of course, Yanji immediately got a hold of Nami's bounty and is just like...
just hard eyes.
Yep, I'm all about this poster. I'm all about Nami.
It's funny what does run in the family.
It really does. I'm probably right now most fascinated by Reiju, but
certainly, yeah.
Yanji's interesting. But then we got a little tease here where a certain fishman is underneath the water. It's like, okay, Straw Hat Luffy's on board and everything. I'm absolutely certain of this. So what's the plan, Jinbe? And I saw this. I'm like, oh yeah, Jinbe.
Yay!
He's a thing.
Yes. He's got a relation with Big Mom that we need to figure out.
Yeah, it's like, oh right, I completely forgot about that in the lead up to this, just because of every other thing that we learned.
So good, so good, and it's cool too knowing because they don't really address it as we'll see later. But so that by that implication, Jinbe knows that Luffy's here.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So that's has a lot of potential for Jinbe finally joining the crew, but I don't know if it's still the case or not. And we'll see what happens. We do have an SBS, but it's mostly just drawing the ones who joined the Straw Hat Fleet as kids. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, this is cute.
Yeah, about what you'd expect. So let's go ahead and get to chapter 827, Totto Land. And it's time to check in on the Kamabaka Queendom, where they're making preparations for something, where they're like setting a table. And if I had a guess for what they're making preparations for, since they're making it look nice and pretty and what we know about this place, this might be the new headquarters of the rebels.
Oh, that would make a lot of sense, actually. They're making the place look nice.
Yeah, that's the only preparations I can think of, because otherwise I'm like, what the hell are they doing?
Yeah. You know, one thing that I don't think we know is where Baltigo is relative to, like, literally anywhere else. So I wonder, like, what kind of trip it would take to potentially get from there to Kamabaka Queendom. So I don't know if it's is that long away? Is it far away? Is it? Granted, I don't really know where Kamabaka is either. So
yeah, I assume Kamabaka is not in the New World based on where the training took place, but Baltigo I would say is in the New World just because of Koala and Sabo being able to get there so quickly. But maybe I'm wrong, but that's my best guess for what kind of preparations they're making. I don't know. Yeah. But I love the excuse that Peckham's comes up with so that they're able to land. It's like, yeah, I stole this ship from pirates, so don't worry about it. That's why it doesn't register as this. So, don't worry about that. So it's like, oh, does this mean you're carrying something sweet on board? Of course. Well, Mama will be delighted. So it's a surprise. So don't report the ship to Mama. It's like, oh, of course.
So he's all right. Yeah, he's genuinely trying to sneak them past.
Yeah, Peckham's doing a good job about this, and it's an interesting place because it's there's all kinds of different people where they've landed, and everything's made of chocolate.
Yes.
Oh no!
For Luffy and Chopper, this is a dream come true.
Oh yeah!
Say it's a dream come true. Yeah, a chocolate fountain, chocolate baths, chocolate clothes, just everything.
Oh my god! It's just hello diabetes. The location.
Yes, the diabetes land.
Yes, I do like this where we actually see our first female long legs. In that
you're right.
So that's fun to see. And you got a mink next to her, so they really are emphasizing like people of all different things, and very very fun there. And it's time for us to get our new outfit Nami for this arc. And my first thought was, when I saw this, was Beer Maiden from Oktoberfest.
Yes, yeah, very much so. I feel like this, again, we're seeing a lot of like Oda mixing and matching different kind of themes together, but like there is something I get almost like a fairy tale vibe, like a very German, kind of German. I mean, fairy tale.
I immediately get very German. And immediately get a like Alice in Wonderland vibe from a lot of the outfits that we see. Which, very fitting that we have Rabbit here for that, and that character in that case.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, and I feel like with other stuff we're going to see a little bit later, like the just all of like the everything that talks, right? It just like it really feels like some kind of messed up Disney movie.
Yes, there is a specific scene where I'm like, oh. That definitely, like, we're in Roger Rabbit territory. Is the best way I could put that. But we'll get there. I do love this joke. Was like Nami's just like, oh, this is very cute, and she's showing off like a short skirt and whatnot, and you can just see Brooke laying down on the ground,
Brooke just sliding in the background.
Yeah, and I love is like, do I look like a pirate, Brooke? And she sees him down on the ground, and he's just him with the cup of tea.
Yes,
chilling.
Just enjoying a nice view, and then you just cut to the next panel, and he's just got like just
plummeted into the
scars. Ground. Yeah, plummeted into the ground. It just somehow, even though he's a skeleton, he can still swell up his skin. Yeah, he gets all those lumps. But apparently, we're still
that joke.
It's great. It's great. I feel like with half the Straw Hats and Peckham's and Pedro and Carrot, like we have a really good cast here, who all have really good energy together.
Yes. So it's fun to see, but we get some information on this place because it's going to take another day to actually reach Whole Cake Island. So they're loading up on food and supplies because Luffy, and of course Carrot immediately is like, "Wow, there's some people of all races here," and that's Peckham says that's Mama's dream. A land where all the peoples of the world can live together without discrimination. It has everything in this world. Think of it as a great nation. There are 34 other islands scattered around Whole Cake, and they are managed by 34 different ministers. This entire stretch of sea is known as Totto Land, the total of all lands. And now we're in Chocolat Town on the Cacao Island, which is run by the Minister of Chocolate. So the entire town is built of chocolate. And as soon as I heard that explanation, I'm like, this is the woman that was going after, like threatening the fishermen for not, providing candy, which does have an explanation as we get to, yes, for what she is very much about her sweets. But the fact that she's also about bringing people together, and we're looking at this town, they're happy. Like, they are run by an emperor, and they're happy.
But they're happy. Yeah. That is, and it feels, this doesn't feel like a Dressrosa situation, right? Where there was Doflamingo was using that outward appearance to do all sorts of horrible things. And I feel like as we'll see, like everybody who lives here knows exactly what Big Mom is like. Like there's no secret.
Yeah.
Big Mom lays everything out on the table for better or for worse. But I feel like especially with what we've seen of the One Piece world up to this point, sort of the ideal that this is a place where people can gather, a place free of discrimination, is sort of there's something really admirable about that.
Yeah,
that there is sort of a there's a goal or a reason for this place to exist, and so even though we are in Emperor territory, I still like that we actually have a fair bit of there's still kind of a society here with its own kind of rules and things like that. I love that Peckham's is well, okay, you can eat as much chocolate as you like here, but the tiles are you can't eat the tiles of roofs, it's against the law. The glass windows are under the jurisdiction of the Minister of Candy, and the pillars belong to the Minister of Biscuits, and they have public property, private property. Carrot's this is really complicated. So this Totto Land has politics.
It does, but it also makes sense why Jinbe chose Big Mom to be the patron of the Fishman Island. Because what we've seen of Kaido, you don't want Kaido. Shanks doesn't seem to be one that claimed territory. He just doesn't feel like that. But Big Mom has that dream, and also they have the candy. So that's just sort of the perfect mix to make it so that she can be their protector as long as they provide that candy. So I like how you can just read in between the lines and get the sense of why Jinbe gravitated toward her.
Yeah. And I do really like that about this set of chapters in particular. We're getting a better feel for Big Mom, and sort of not just who she is as an intimidating emperor, but sort of more about her belief system and things like that.
And in the same time, Peckham's is learning you can't control Luffy. He's all right, time to get disguised. He's oh, Luffy and Chopper, they already went into town. What? No, if it gets out the people that brought you people here, what do you think is going to happen to me? It's now he's oh, don't worry, we'll find them. Cafe eaters. Yeah, they're over there.
Yes. And then I love this scene so much. we smash cut to just like a Eaton cafe, and then it's just this guy yelling at Luffy and Chopper, just like, you ate the entire cafe, not only the chocolate but the candy, the marshmallows, the almonds, and the jelly beans. You've committed the crime of snackalism, of private property. And then they're just fat and just rubbing their bellies like.
We've never seen Chopper gorge himself in the same way as Luffy. It is amazing to see.
Because it's like, Luffy loves all food. He eats just, he's a vacuum cleaner for meat. Chopper specifically loves sweet things. He loves candy. He loves cotton candy. He's getting cotton candy from Robin all of the time. So it's just like, this is heaven for the two of them.
And it was too good to stop. They could not stop.
Yes.
So they're getting arrested, and Pedro's drawing a sword. It's like, oh God, he's getting arrested. So we got to stop this. And that's when a girl comes in riding a flying carpet of all things.
Yep.
Saying, wait, Choco Police. And it's the cafe owner. It's just like, look what happened to your business. It's like, oh my goodness. Look how much you left. You didn't keep your word to me. And honestly, and she's joined by Nitro the Jelly. There's like a jelly man next on her, and then the carpet is named
He's got
Robian.
a little top hat. Yeah, just interesting. And of course, she's acting like that she knows them, but Luffy and Chopper are like, do we know her? Like, what is that on her shoulders? She's got just a big old slime on it, but yeah, it's interesting that she's immediately takes note of the situation, and it's just kind of like okay, like eat up, you didn't eat everything, here's
you missed this certain
jam,
section
blah,
where
blah,
we've
blah.
got this great harmony, and they stuff more food into their mouth, and it's like,
and then they just flop over.
It's like, pardon me, ma'am, I didn't realize they were dismantling expired products. Yeah, I hired them to do it. Oh, you've got to follow code. There needs to be a sign up while we're working, because there are still customers inside when you guys started eating the cafe.
Again, I love that Totto Land has it's got building codes. You don't want to piss off the fire marshal.
Yes. But that's when we also learned for this cafe later. It was like, sorry for the disturbance. It's not a crime. Back in your business. Oh, and while I have the chance, might I add, congratulations on your marriage, Lady Pudding.
Yeah. So there she is.
Is Sanji's fiance.
Yeah, and not only that, she's kind of a cutie patootie. She's just like, we all want you to be happy, and she's just like, thank you. Starts blushing and stuff. Like, again, you wouldn't think this was emperor territory looking at it.
No, and she's freaking adorable. Like, Sanji hit the jackpot.
Yeah. Yep.
Especially because she cooks. I didn't even think about that.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's the other. Yeah,
she's
that's the other
a
element
baker. Too. That's perfect. So
yeah.
I'm a dirty shipper, and my ship has sailed because I kind of want to see this work out in some way.
Oda, he gotcha.
He did get me.
It's just kind of like, well, on the one hand, we can't have Sanji stay here. Obviously, we need to rescue him so that we can continue the story. But on the other hand, if he has to get married and to one of Big Mom's daughters, at least it's one who seems like a fairly nice person, and that they shared interest and all that. Like, it's so far so good.
And it'd be really fascinating to see Sanji shift from somebody who's fawning over all women to being really dedicated to his fiance or wife, or however it would be. That'd be really cool.
Yeah. Now the gears are starting to turn, right? Of how potentially a marriage could poke and prod at Sanji's character in really interesting ways, especially now that we are starting to interact with the bride proper. It's just this could be the woman to fix it.
Yeah. So we'll have to see how that goes. But Pedro's also really interesting through these chapters.
Yes.
One, I just love his look, but another Mink mentions him, sees him, and he's like, "Oh, Captain Pedro, I haven't seen you in ages." And he immediately grabs no, shut up. I'm sightseeing. Don't tell anyone. It's like, oh yeah, of course, it's an honor to see you. It's like, just like, someone. It's like, I'll explain later. It's like, I like how Oda's building up on Pedro.
Pedro's got a lot of history, as it turns out, and he ends up feeling like kind of a man of mystery in this set. you really get the sense that he's seen some stuff, but like, yeah, no, man, he's a fan favorite for a reason. He's so freaking cool.
That's awesome. And then you got they're meeting back up for all the Straw Hats with Pudding. It's like, oh, so your name is Pudding. You really saved us there. It's like, oh no. And I love how him and Chopper are still munching on the candy.
Oh yeah. Their appetite has not sated. And of course, she clearly, her thing is that she just can't handle compliments, or she's just like, you said that it was too good to stop, and then she's just blushing, covering her eyes. She can't take it.
She put a high purity beet sugar into the cocoa butter for the sweetness, added the milk, then mixed it for 3 days and nights at 84 degrees. Hearing these compliments are going to make me cry. I'm so glad you like my food. It's just like, oh, what a sweetheart. Like, I'm with you, Brooke.
Yeah.
So,
oh, my goodness.
It looks like Chopper's literally eating the table.
Yes.
But that's when Nami's like, okay, we love this properly, thank you, but we're actually in a hurry. It's like, oh, that's too bad. Well, how about a quick cup of tea to wash down all the sugar? I haven't heard your names. Oh, I'm Luffy, and the man will be king of... No, stop.
Like, no. And then we transition from that to, I don't think you ever would have expected this, but we just straight up have a musical segment.
Yeah, where it's like, how many more days until the tea party? 3 days, Mama. And I see in the German boy, he's here, Mama. They just got all these objects. It's like Beauty and the Beast and Alice in Wonderland and all this stuff. Like, you see some of these, like, you eventually, like, they're basically going over how they're her people. Like, we're getting subtle hints of what her officers are like, where some lady in a really wide brim hat completely took out some country in order to acquire specific eggs. Another guy with like almost looks like a bishop or some sort of chess piece on his head is flour acquired. Another one riding on some sort of bird, fruit acquired, and just all these places completely wiped out as she has her cooks going, and like it seems sweet, but it's also demented because she's only the fight is through murder and theft. We'll guarantee it. The tea party from hell.
From hell, yes.
Is it strawberry jam or someone's blood? Either one is fine. If you're invited, you have to come. A demonic sacrifice for our sweet pastime. This is our beloved land of dreams, a country where all peoples come together. It's Totto Land. And that 2-page spread of all those objects singing about house, house, flower, flower, all the dancing, like... That's straight up Toontown from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yep. And we get... I love this. We get our first proper, like, not in-shadowed look at Big Mom, just celebrating all of these just anthropomorphized, just objects, flowers. The rainbow has eyes, the sun has eyes, the clouds have eyes.
And the crazy thing is, there's even a kind of further connection to Who Framed Roger Rabbit now that I have a proper look at Big Mom. Mm-hmm. I wonder if you'll get this. You'll know the character, but I don't know if you know the character's name. She kind of reminds me of Mina Hyena. Mina Hyena is the one that Eddie Valiant mistook as Jessica Rabbit. And he's like, and she's like, oh, a man. And she starts like trying to kiss him. She's like a bigger version of that. It's like, she's kind of messed up. Like, no, that's Big Mom is kind of like a anime Mina Hyena.
I love it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You're, I can see it for sure. Yeah. I see it.
But
so that's what we're in for.
Yeah. What in the world is this all about? But somebody's here, and it just has a musical bit of like Straw Hat, and it's like, they know he's here already.
They know he's here.
Was not subtle enough.
So. Man, I feel like just from those like 2 chapters alone, like just our sort of our little bit of introduction to the whole Cake Island is just like this arc is going to be something.
Yeah.
we are playing with expectations left and right.
Well, that's the thing. She wants a land where all people are together, but she's also like, murder tea party.
Exactly, right? Like she has her heart and ideals potentially in the right place, but she's clearly insane. Like, just right off the bat.
Yeah. No kidding. Oh my God.
We have to fight this.
Got nothing. I have no idea where that's gonna go.
Yep.
But let's jump right into chapter 828, 1 and 2. And hey, we get to check in on Fishman Island, even though we just saw them a little bit ago thanks to the Reverie. But this is more focused on the people of Fishman Island, where the Straw Hat is very popular as a hero hat amongst the kids.
Yeah, that's adorable.
Yes, that's very cute. So I appreciate that, and I like seeing. I'm blanking on his name, but the oldest brother has the drip with that shirt on. That's a good look.
He does. It's a good look for him. Absolutely.
So.
I was trying to remember his name. It's gone. I'm sorry. Ryuboshi?
Ryuboshi, that might be it.
Yeah, because we had Mamboshi and there was another Boshi.
Yeah.
I think he's Ryuboshi.
I think you're right.
Is it Ryuboshi and Samboshi? I don't.
Samboshi, yeah.
Okay.
But
we're
either way,
putting our brain cells together.
We're close. We're close.
Ooh.
But we start the chapter proper with the daughter of Big Mom that Sanji is going to marry is Pudding. They know all of this.
And now she knows that they're the Straw Hats.
Brooke is like, oh, I'm so jealous. What a beautiful wife. I love how both Carrot and Chopper just munching on this house. They
just can't stop. They can't stop. It's so cute. Just it feels like every panel of Chopper, he's just constantly eating. It's so adorable. But like poor Pudding here is so confused because she's like, you're not affiliated with Mama, so like, how did you get past the Tart checkpoint? And it's just kind of like, why you've come here? They're gonna kill you, but you're fierce pirates too. And she starts like blanking out. She holds up a knife, and I love this gag so much because Nami is like, wait, calm down. We're not going to get violent. And then next panel, Pedro just right at the throat. What do I do with her, Luffy?
has a knife in her hand, just at her throat. This is like, no violence.
Again. Pedro, I'm so glad he's here.
And that's when she's kind of understanding about the fact. She's like, oh, you've come to take Sanji back. I should have known it wasn't consensual. Mama is very selfish. She uses her children's marriages as a means of strengthening her pirate crew. We've all given up on having a choice in marriage. We can only submit or run away. My own beloved's older sister ran off to sea to find a love of her own choosing, a voyage in search of a husband, which...
Does that...
Yeah, that is exactly what I'm thinking of.
The fact that Nami,
I don't know if I figured out it on my own or stumbled upon it. I don't know, but boy, Nami's having a little thought there. Is just, if it wasn't the first part, the second part definitely drives that home for me. And I'm excited.
Yeah. I do love the fact that Brooke is very curious about like how Big Mom's family works. He's like, you're the 35th daughter of the Charlotte family. Like, does Big Mom really have 35 daughters? It's just like, no, she has 39 and in fact 46 sons. There are 85 siblings from different fathers. Mama has 43 husbands with a total family of 129.
She is our polyamorous queen.
Yeah. I love, Pudding says, the Big Mom pirates are centered on an actual family. It's just, Brooke's like, my word, Big Mom indeed.
This woman has to be constantly pregnant and have this many kids.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't let that image. Don't let that get into your mind.
Yeah, I mean, it really comes down to the fact that you have to treat pregnancy loosely in the One Piece world if we're going based off of Ace's birth and his mom, what his mom pulled off. So sure, Big Mom can do that. I'm just going to accept it.
Yeah. what I do like here, talking about sort of Big Mom's actual family, because that is something that I'm sure, like the nature of family in the world of One Piece, can be rather like tenuous. But the fact that we kind of get it confirmed outright that like these are her actual kids, and that this is her actual family, I think is a really cool contrast to like. Say Doflamingo, right, in Dressrosa, where he was very much focused on, non-blood relationships kind of in place of familiar relationships, and kind of exploring how he viewed his blood relationships versus his sort of found family. We're kind of getting the opposite here. But there's also an element of God, what's the word I'm looking for? Like there's an element of freedom here too, where Pudding is like, we don't have the freedom to choose our husbands, basically, right? Like, we don't have that choice, which is why, like, she has this, like, listful look when she talks about, presumably, implied to be Lola, potentially, that, my own older sister ran off to sea to find love. Like, that's freedom for her, and that's something that she doesn't get to have. Yeah. She's kind of, the way that Pudding talks, it's like, she's kind of accepted that, but, like, I do like the way that,
you can
the
feel
concept
the layers
of family.
Of Pudding.
Yeah, you can feel the layers of Pudding, and I like how we are getting the concept of families really explored in these bigger pirate crews. And I love that we started getting that with Whitebeard.
Yeah, that's true. Family really did become a kind of an important part once we got to the Emperors, much more so.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have Chopper asking, so have you met Sanji already? It's like, oh, just once, and has that heart thing. It's like, his eyebrow was rather curly, but he was a dashing gentleman. His eyes were hearts, but he did teach me quite a bit about baking sweets. We have similar interests, and he's very manly. I hear that his legs are black, but he's very strong and dependable. It's like, yep, you know him.
That's not what they mean by black leg.
And Nami's immediately like, wait, you actually fell in love with him? It's like, love? I don't know. I mean, Mama's decisions are final, and if we're gonna be married, it only makes sense. And that's when Carrot's just like, oh, I love Sanji too, twinsies. It's like, I can't. I don't know. It's like,
it's adorable. I can't.
And Brooke is just jealous. It's like, oh man, no wonder his eyes were hearts if this is what his bride is like.
Yeah, and then immediately unable to read the room, Pedro, tie her up.
She's gonna tell. We gotta tie her up. We're never gonna find him. It's just like, how can you be so cruel? It's like, well, how would you keep her quiet? She's Big Mom's daughter, so what are we gonna do? And it's like, even putting Center Mother's theory, which is why she's gonna report us, and that's when she instead is like, okay, I think at this point I can still forget about Sanji. So everyone in Totto Land is celebrating my marriage, and so are the Vinsmokes. And Mom is looking forward to the wedding cake. I can't disobey her orders, so I can't choose my own husband. But ever since I was a little girl, I've been looking forward to learning about the man I would marry. And then along came Sanji, and I was stunned at how wonderful he was. I thought it was a dream. But in the very end, he said, I want to marry you, but I can't. I need to get back to my crew. And that is when everybody is so shocked he turned down a girl.
Yeah, what? Yeah, Luffy's just tearing up. He wants to adventure with us still.
That means a lot that he's turning down this girl to continue adventuring with Luffy.
Yeah, no, that's it's weird at this point that we're already like Sanji's response to this already characterizes him so much that even with somebody as sweet as Pudding, that he's like, I have to get back to my crew. They're just like, yeah, man, all the it warms my heart.
Ages since we've heard him talk about the all blue. Like, he barely ever talks about the all blue anymore. But it's if you don't need to constantly remind about that, it's just it's its own thing. But she's happy at the fact that it's not a one-sided feeling, that they want him back too. So I find Mama's orders now. I find the thought of being married to someone against their will very painful. So I don't want to take him away from you all. So here's the route to get to Whole Cake that only the siblings know about, so you can sail without catching Mama's eye. And this is this is the path we have to take. And I love how you look at the map and you can actually interpret like what you need to do, that Nami can actually navigate that. It's actually a very good map.
Yeah, it's based on like which log post to follow, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm. And we got not only Cacao Island, but get Jam Island, Nuts Island, Cheese Island, Biscuits Island, Candy Island, and then finally Whole Cake.
Yeah, Totto Land's delicious.
Yeah, no kidding. How does this place like? I'm amazed. No wonder they have to have laws for the buildings and whatnot. Yeah. They would just be eaten all together. Mm-hmm. And Nami's worried about her being punished for her helping. It was like, don't worry about me. I'm her own daughter. So you're in enemy territory. Focus on your own safety. You're the ones with true mutual love. It's a shame, but maybe my next suitor will be even more wonderful than him. And it's sweet, but it also, rereading this, a certain later scene with Big Mom is like, I hope she's okay.
Yeah, we'll see what happens when Big Mom doesn't seem to take no very well.
No, she does not. Oh gosh, but that's when somebody shows up. It's like, hey, Lady Pudding, your escort has arrived, so you got to stop your work and time to get ready for the wedding. So let's go. So they load up on all the food. They see Choco burgers and all kinds of fried chocolate, Choco pasta.
I love even Pedro, this hardened warrior, is like, fried chocolate.
But something else is going on, because when they get back to the ship, Peckham's is gone.
Yeah.
There's randomly a message in the bathroom to turn back. And they're like, did he write this? Well, who else would do it? Well, Intruder? Did he get abducted? What's going on here? So, and they're just like, if it's telling us to turn back, it must be something interesting. So we're going forward.
Of course. As if a message like that would ever stop Luffy.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, but that's sort of the end of Peckham's as we see him for this set. I feel like this message could be interpreted in multiple ways. Like it feels like, I mean, he's probably like, I feel like he cares enough about the Straw Hats to know, like, you, like, just don't, like this is your warning message, basically, but he wants to help, but
yeah, something's going on. But
definitely,
it's time for us to get our chapter namesake, which is funny because
I was gonna say there's 4 pages left.
Where we go to Broccoli Island in the New World, where there's some sort of battle going on, and this soldier is just like, you killed my wife, my children, my entire country. You're Germa, aren't you? You inhuman monsters. And that's when we see another brother of Sanji, who curly brow, and has the one. So this is, the oldest brother. And he just says wall, and one of his own men leaps in front of the bullets and takes the bullets, no problem, when he doesn't have to lift a finger.
Wow.
And yeah, he's just like, and all he says in return is, and he grabs him and turns the gun back on this guy's face, says, you took 4 hours of my time. I've got to be at my brother's wedding, and I'm not interested in your family or your war, and makes him shoot himself in the head. It's off screen, but
wow. Yeah.
Oh God, it really does show how much more brutal these guys are. Holy crap. But that's when you got somebody grateful to them. It's like, it's over. I can't believe this weak excuse for a war lasted 2 years. They got the payment. It's safe and sound. And all these men are thanking him for saving their country from these apparent rebels or whatever's going on. Like,
it seems like a civil war, basically.
Yeah. It's like, you saved our country, but did we enlist the help of the devil? No, it was the help of God. The war is over. Thank you, Germa. Thank you. Long live Germa 66. And we see this country basically on fire, but they're all chanting for them.
Yep.
And what?
Yeah. They're I mean, basically I feel like what we can grab from this is that they're warmongers. They're hired guns, basically.
Yeah, mercenaries of some degree. And it really does emphasize the shade. It seems like we're getting a lot of shades of gray with this arc so far, because they were brutal to the enemies, but they also saved this country. And as far as we can tell, like, it's not like it's a regime or anything like that. We see a kid hugging the man that's thanking them.
Yeah, like
So-
I think that's really kind of I think that like maybe what Oda's trying to convey here, which is why I assumed it was a civil war, because both sides look fairly like they look like normal dudes basically. Like this doesn't feel like
Conquest.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like conquest. It feels like they kind of like one side hired them to win the war. Yeah,
So-
and not only that, well, this was a war raging on for 2 years, and then one of Sanji's brothers was like, you wasted 4 hours of my time.
Took him out that quickly.
So,
Also, I completely missed the damn pun. Broccoli.
Oh, probably
All the trees
yeah,
are broccoli.
They're
Oh,
broccoli.
God.
Yeah. Are you sure this isn't Planet Vegeta?
Right? Oh, God. Broly's coming.
Yeah.
Oh, God. But, yeah, we only get the faintest hint of Brothers 1 and 2, where sunglasses for Brother 1 with the hair pointed, like, down, and then Brother 2 has it sort of swished out, but he's wearing goggles. And it's like,
Yeah.
I really want to see him again. It's like, liar. See you in 2 days.
Yeah.
So-
It's interesting that they're kind of coming in from different points, that Reiju and Yonji were together, seemingly on just like one of Germa's ships, but, business called for Mr. 1 and 2 here.
Yeah. It's a tight timetable here. We only got 3 days to rescue Sanji.
Yeah. And then after that we have to immediately go hoist a rebellion in Japan.
Yeah, exactly. What a time. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to chapter 829, Emperor of the Sea, Charlotte Linlin. And we finally have our color spread for One Piece Film Gold, which we are coming up to very soon.
Yep.
In 2 episodes, because next week we have another set, and after that set it was during that set when the film released, so we'll do it after the set that ends with 8:35. So we are coming up very quickly to Film Gold, and I had no idea that Sabo was part of this movie, or that is that freaking next to Sabo. Oh God, why am I blanking on his name?
Rob Lucci.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why are they in this movie?
Low expectations. Keep your expectations low.
Okay. So it,
Yeah.
it might be something similar to how Aokiji was in the last.
Oh yeah. They're in the movie.
Also, some other guy
is
that's in
for
like
certain.
a white hat behind and whatnot, but it's hard to interpret this. It's got a weird group here. I don't know. I don't know what to expect from Film Gold.
Gold. That's a good place to be, I think.
Okay.
I think other than the fact that like I don't think this the spread really tells you all that much about the movie. Like
No.
it shows off, presumably the main villain and some clearly some of his like cohorts, but in terms of like the setting and tone, like not really. So I'm excited to talk about that. I feel like I understate my I was about to say love, but I like this movie a lot. But I think because I like Z a little bit more, I don't want to be like, oh yeah, this is one of the best. I feel like some
Amazing
people would
and
say
all
it's
that.
yeah. I feel like depending on who you ask, there are probably people who like Gold more than Z. So I could see them being maybe about equal in the fan base. I'm genuinely unsure.
I'm curious.
But the fact that they're kind of in the same ballpark, I think like I think I said this around the time when we got to Strong World. I was like, there are no more like actively bad movies. And I maintain that. There's nothing as bad as movie 7 or like the Alabasta remake. Like we're past that. So I think regardless of where you land on it, I think you'll enjoy it to some degree.
So we'll see what happens there in not too much longer. But
Not too much longer.
Yeah. They left. We've gone to the chapter itself, and they've left Cacao Island. They don't have Peckhams with it anymore, but they do have Pudding's instructions. So they're off to Whole Cake Island and going to try to find their way there. And yeah, we got Nami just navigating right off the bat. It's like, oh, hey, let's eat the snacks on this place. It's like, nope, we got to move on to the next one because...
No time.
Nope. Because if we do get close, we will be spotted. That's the whole thing is like we're staying out of the tracking distance of those sea slugs.
Again, I really like that. This is something only Nami could do.
Yeah.
Like this is something that is specifically, tailored towards Nami's skill set. So seeing her kind of take the helm here is, I always love to see it.
Well, technically it's Luffy at the helm, and boy, there's a good reason why you don't let him steer the ship, because he's like turning like crazy and he has it on fire because of the friction.
Yes. Nami's really good at giving instructions, but that does not mean that Luffy is good at following instructions.
Yes. And Brooke is like, okay, so that's how you read the map. Can you handle it? Yeah, I can handle it. It's like, thank God for Brooke. We got here.
Yes.
And because immediately Luffy's like, okay, I'm gonna whip up a meal. It's like, nah, hang on, I've got to go cook something. Sure. And he's like, I'm not gonna screw up this time. It's like, no, I'm doing the cooking. You're never gonna go in the kitchen again.
Never again. Yeah, and it's again cool that we have Carrot and Pedro both helping out, move things along too. It just like it really feels like they're I don't want to say like they've integrated well. Yeah, I was they're not maybe like full bore Straw Hats, but like we are seeing them kind of act as part of the crew in this case in a way that I think is really fun.
Mm-hmm. And it's like up ahead they see that the sea is grape colored because it's an island of flowing juice. Okay. The paradise never ends. It's like, how do you know about that? It's like, I've been here before.
Again,
and that's when
suspicious.
A giant centipede shows up. Yeah, I get that idea. And this giant centipede is why Luffy's here. So
yes, okay, all right. Yeah, get to work, Luffy.
Her and Chopper run off, and Luffy, Pedro, Brooke, and Carrot are all just like, nope, we're here. We got this.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, hey, I love that. Like, this is another reason why it's great to have Pedro and Carrot along. They're good fighters in their own right. Yep, for sure.
Good stuff. But on Whole Cake Island itself, Mama's condition is flaring up, and it is bad. We gotta act very quickly because she wants a croquembouche.
Yes,
a decorative dessert made of stacked cream puffs, which I know about. Because I watched Great British Baking Show. So I've seen them make this.
There you go.
They've actually made this on that show before. And it is complicated. Like it is like towards the end and a hours long process of making it from scratch.
Well, apparently they had a tour group of puffs staying at a hotel, but they're like, oh, they just checked out this morning. And it's like, we'll have to make one fresh. And it's like, I love the sequence so much because it is framed like a natural disaster almost. Like, contact the Minister of Nuts, Mom is on her way to Sweet City at this moment, she's coming here to the capital. Like, she won't listen. She's lost her mind. The number of dead continues to rise. Like, this is it's like a hurricane warning.
Yeah, all those dancing, singing objects that were all around her before have been destroyed because of her just
gone.
Yeah,
the only thing that can stop her now is the croquembouche.
And she just like grabs something. It's just like, bring me a croquembouche. Oh God, her hunger pangs, the humanity. I love how we have Baron Tamago here and all these other crazy characters that it doesn't feel like when we met Doflamingo's crew, where it's like, oh, these are big things. Like, we see these characters, but we don't necessarily need more from them. It's just demonstrating how varied her crew is, because we got like a crocodile man here and dude with huge forehead. It's interesting thing here, but the fits can happen out of the blue, and until the thing she suddenly wants to eat goes into her mouth, the destruction continues unabated. So we've got to hurry.
And then you turn to the page and it's like a kaiju attack. That's my favorite thing.
Woman? Can she grow? Is that her power? Because she is literally hanging off a castle wall where that's just an ice cream cone on top of like stacked graham crackers, eating it all, holding an umbrella. It's like crocambouche, and all the people are running away from her, including like little peanut man and a cupcake man. And what the hell is happening in this place? It's like,
it's Godzilla.
And she's just eating all the like the things that have been like given personalities, like a cookie and a lollipop. It's like, nope, it's not the flavor I'm looking for. It's all wrong. So she's just attacking all over.
I like that the little, like, the sun and the cloud that were with her, like, they're just kind of talking off to the side, like, you're gonna destroy the castle, like, don't bother, she can't hear you. So, like, they're clearly, they've been through this before.
Yeah. And that's when Moscato, the Minister of Gelato, and one of her sons, the 16th son, sews up and begs, just give us 30 minutes. The chefs are whipping up a masterpiece for you now. And another son shows up. It's like, no, it's impossible to stop her like that. And it's like, I can't allow just abandon the city to its downfall. And she just starts immediately attacking. It's like, hey, recognize me. Do you like know who I am, Mama? And that's when she says, and this just, oh my God, it is terrifying the way she looks. And it just goes, life or treat. And that's when it's like, no, he's your own son by birth. Don't do it. I know it ain't bada, but I got some soft cream. If you want some, just spare him. And Moscato
they're all
is
just like trying to calm her down.
your treat isn't here yet. And that's when she just says, don't get between me and my sweets. And she takes away some sort of goop or candy.
Well, as one of them says, like, if you get scared, she'll take your lifespan away.
Yeah.
And that's when Moscato, he starts running, and so he's scared. And she just what looks like, I don't know, like his soul, basically. Like, and she says 40 years. So that was, I think, 40 years of that man's lifespan just sucked out of him.
Which is gone, but it also might explain how she's able to have so many kids. If she takes his lifespan and gives it to herself by eating it, then that would explain the long life enough to actually have all those kids.
Yeah. That also begs the question that I don't know if we know the answer to, or if this was ever explained later. I don't know how old Big Mom is.
I got nothing.
I don't know if they ever say that.
Huh. That'd be interesting to see if there's anywhere around
that. That would likely be in an SBS or something. But yeah, I don't know if we actually know. But if she can manipulate life and souls like this,
what devil fruit is this?
Yeah, it's insane. Seeing this demonstration. Well, one, I feel like not only is her ability, whatever it is, like if she can just suck the life out of you, that's horrifying. And then two, like I said before, she's patently insane. Like if she gets hangry, she will go on like a kaiju rampage. And as they say, like she literally killed her own son.
Yeah, I don't know if it's fully confirmed that he's dead, but it's just not good.
Yeah.
So it's like, run for your lives, and that's when Jinbe shows up, coming up Juice River. He's like, out of the way, everyone. And he has the crocambouche that was staying at the hotel. It's like, they're just like, help, we'll be eaten. Oh, we captured the cream puffs and fastened them together with candy. So let's do this. And he shoves the food in her mouth.
He just dunks it in.
And her crazed look goes away and just immediately says so happily, it's so yummy. Her fit is over. Everybody's cheering. And we get to see a look inside of her mouth with the candy saying, all we ever wanted was to be yummy. So even they're happy about being eaten.
This arc is kind of horrifying.
Somehow, the other possibility is that she's able to take the life she steals and give it to objects, which literally gives them life.
I think that would
guess for how her power works.
that would certainly explain some things. It feels, I mean, like, obviously, everything around Whole Cake Island, like there's just inanimate objects that suddenly have life all over the place. That was something that we had never seen before, and now it's all here. And so I think if she can suck the soul out of somebody, I guess it would make sense that she could redistribute it too. Yeah.
Also, I love the little subtle nod that Jinbe can talk to whales, and so he's writing that one. But yeah, everybody's thankful for Jinbe, and we get the proper meeting between the two of them. It's like, what's this? If it isn't my faithful warrior of the sea, Jinbe. I was very impressed with that poneglyph you brought to me. So there's where
there it is. Yep.
Yeah, that's where that cover story comes in.
But she also says,
but she couldn't read it.
She can't read it. Yeah, which is also interesting too, that she has a road poneglyph, and now we know she didn't know what to do with it.
Nope. She got nothing. Also, fun part of her design that I only just noticed a few pages ago, but confirmed it with this one. She has a ring on each of her fingers because of all the husbands.
Yes. My lady is busy.
Oh yeah, she is. But she says, "What brings you here today? The capital is oddly fragrant. Did you do this?" It's like, "No, I just got here. I don't know what happened. In fact, I'm here today to talk to you about something very important." And that's when we get the scary look from her. It's like, "You better not be trying to leave me." And it's like,
So that is our first indication. If Jinbe wanted to leave, it's not going to be easy. Clearly. No. Clearly, she's not a woman who takes no for an answer very lightly.
Not at all. Good God,
man! I'm so happy for like this chapter is insane. It was just patently bonkers. But I love that now that we are getting to Big Mom proper. Like just seeing her and all of her antics is it's so fun. It is so fun in the most ridiculous way possible.
It's still one of those things where her design does kind of remind me of Alvida, where she's non-conventional enough that you can kind of see Luffy fighting her, but she's also like I still can't see a long drawn-out fight against her, which is why I'm still holding down to the idea that I don't think he's going to fight her. So
yeah.
I don't know. And I don't think Nami or Carrot's going to be beating her.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the tricky part, because if it would be anybody right now, it would be Luffy, right? Like, they would just assume, like, of course, Luffy's going to, fight. He's going to have to fight the Emperors eventually. He's already, accepted that. But on the other, like, I think what I will say is that, I think other people might come down on this differently than I do, but I personally think that Oda does a good job of kind of maintaining like the threat level of of an emperor. I feel like throughout this, I feel like once we get to the end of it, I feel like we're not going to be like, oh, the emperors are old hat. Let's go beat up Kaido or whatever, right? Like,
right.
It's not going to be that easy. It's not that straightforward.
It's the same idea of we beat Crocodile. Oh, the emperors will be the warlords will be a cinch.
Yeah, not quite. Yeah. I think Oda knows what he's doing when it comes to that stuff. So things will, I think, become. Well, I was going to say more clear as we go on, and I'm like, I'm not actually sure about that. So we'll see how long it takes for things to become clear.
She is wild enough. Again, juxtaposing the fact that she stole the life force 40 years from her own son, and we got Pudding here being like, yeah, Mama won't hurt me.
Yeah. Hey, maybe she's only seen her good side. She's never seen the hunger pains.
let's hope so.
Yeah. Good God.
Oh God. But we do have an SBS for this one saying they want an introduction for the other 20 members of the Heart Pirates, and Oda doesn't really do that. It's like what do you want to know, or why do you want to know? I can pick out 3. So here's Ikaku, Uni, and Cleone. I had an idea for them actually protesting a Straw Hat Alliance, but didn't have the time for it. So, There you go. And then somebody's saying, like, you can't just come up with Whitebeard's son and give us Weevil. That's the only resemblance is the white facial hair. It's like, yeah, so we got this real weirdo as a new member of the Seven Warlords, and we can't even tell if he's Whitebeard's actual son. Let me just say that your reaction is exactly what I'm hoping for. I'm just imagining your laugh with that sort of thing.
You're right. I'm not laughing because I still don't know what he means by that.
Oh no.
What I'm gonna let my man cook.
Yep, let's do it. So, but then we just got some sort of pun involving Apple 9 Island.
I don't even remember when did that come up.
792. That's like Punk Hazard. No, 792.
No, that'd be near the. Yeah. Okay. Huh.
So that must be one of the other island. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. An island nearby Dressrosa. Yeah, I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that it was a pun.
No. All right. Our final chapter for the set, 830, A Man You Can Bet On. And how appropriate for that title with this cover page for the Decks of the World, because, well, here's Rayleigh reading about Luffy's exploits. Gambling. He's out
of course, gambling. Yep. Don't get sold into slavery again.
Oh no. All those debts. Oh gosh. But a few hours ago, we had our meeting here where Jinbe is saying Straw Hat is a man who will one day change the world. He is still too young, but it is not any of the four emperors who will rule this sea. I believe it will be Straw Hat Luffy. And it's interesting that he's thinking to Luffy saying, I'm too weak, that he's saying this. And he's saying all this actually to his crew. He wants to be help. I want to ride on his ship and pledge my life to his cause. And doing so, they'll ensure that my voyage wins true freedom for the Fishman race. And hey, remember the flashback for Fisher Tiger? Aladdin's still around.
Aladdin's still around, and he was the one who was the end of 826.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. It was the end of 826. Where just like, that was Aladdin's silhouette. So it's cool to see him still sticking around.
Yeah,
and I love it. They have this really cute interaction too. He's like, you've been talking about Luffy all the time in the past 2 years. Like, he's like, I always thought, like, if you felt that strongly, you should just follow your own heart. Even Jinbe's like, I talk about him that much. It's just, I love him. They'll just give him a little crap for it. It's just like, he really is like the proud uncle.
Yeah, he's like, oh, go on then. It's like, wait, you don't mind? And they're all the fishermen are just like, which of us has the right to complain? The only reason you left Neptune's army to be a pirate was so you could fight alongside us as former slaves from Mary Joa. And you took on the warlord of the sea position to help raise the standing of all fishmen. Same thing with sheltering us under the protection of Big Mom. That was to ensure our safety and help protect the Ryugu kingdom. All your big life choices have been for the sake of someone else. You've done enough. Be free. Live your own life.
I love this scene, man. Jinbe,
it's cute.
That face of shock of just like realizing that he can finally live for himself.
Yeah.
Even in a weird way, it's still, in the service of all fishmen as a race. But like, I love that we are kind of getting more of this motivation and more of, just kind of exploring Jinbe's feelings about the whole thing, I guess. Mm-hmm. And that, he's even, he thanks everybody. It is, he has these hesitations, and I love that he's got the backing of all the fishmen of just said, like, no, man, like, just go, just do what you want, follow your heart.
He's also already kind of done the whole Luffy is the man who will be king of the pirates thing. Like,
exactly, right?
Right
like,
that's
the
outset,
number,
just declaring that.
Yeah, so that's I like that we're establishing here that, like, yes, Jinbe truly wants to ride with Luffy. He wants to join the crew, and it's like we do have all of these complications that are kind of in the way, and you can kind of see it. Of like, well, like, oh, I've got to do this and that, like, oh, what about Big Mom? Oh, what about the Fishman? And it's just like, no, man, just go do it. But of course, we still do have to worry about Big Mom.
Yeah, Big Mom will she really let one of her captains leave? If her anger turns to us, we'll just run for our lives. But Aladdin is married into Big Mom's family.
That's so funny.
to Praline. And I love how all
Yep.
of Big Mom's kids are just named after food and chocolate.
Of course they are. Yeah.
And it turns out one of Big Mom's husbands was a fishman or a merman. Hard to tell because Praline is a hammerhead shark half mermaid.
That's something I didn't need that image.
I'm telling you. Despite Big Mom's looks, she's a queen of polyamory.
she really is. You know, I'm wondering if I've wondered how many of her husbands are just how many of them are still kicking around. You know, how many of them can we've seen what
survive.
Yes, exactly. We've seen what she can do to an entire town when she's hungry. So, you know, you'd have to be a very brave man, I think, in order to handle that.
Mm-hmm. And I do like Praline. She's the 29th daughter of Charlotte, and it's just, you know, it's like, oh wait, you heard all this? It's like, hey, you can't let me in on your little secret, Aladdin. If Mama gets angry over this, you weren't thinking of leaving me behind, were you? No, I was going to tell you. There's no need to talk it over. I'd take you over Mama, of course. And it's
like,
funny how her daughters are really looking for love. Yeah.
Yeah. This is, you know, hey man, good for you, Aladdin. Like you got hitched.
Yeah. I wasn't sure about Praline when I first saw it, but I'm like, no, I'm down with Praline. Praline's cool.
Yeah. This is great. But of course, you know, I love, you know, Jinbe asks, there's like, you think Mama will forgive me? She gonna forgive us? And she's like, yeah, I mean, others have tried it, but everybody who tried quitting her empire died for suggesting the idea. Oh boy.
I also like the little other nod to the Jinbe's chapter pages, where he's like, sorry, we just joined together, Watatumi, but we're leaving already. He's like, it's alright, I like being with everybody. So
yeah. So that's good. Yeah, I like that I feel like this is the most acknowledgement one of the cover stories has gotten in a while.
Yeah,
or at least so immediately.
Yeah, not really since Buggy have we gotten one so quickly where that pays off.
Yep.
But we. I don't know. They're in. It's present time again. It's Sweet City. They're declaring that Moscato is dead, and they're like, "No, you can't be dead." And some other guys like, "Move it and take him away," of course. And they just say, "Got that every last second." And they're just like, I think they're still trying to save him, so I think he is technically dead, but they might have a way of reviving him.
Oh, okay.
That's and the fact they're saying every last second is like, I'm not sure how that works. So they must have this must happen in the past. They must have other ways to do it, especially because, you know, it's like, you know, she's going to kill Boss Jinbe too, Sir Montador. I was like, not my problem. Mama will do this to her own son if she gets mad. That's all I can say. And then we see some mystery, shadow people holding a basket.
Yeah. And that's the thing that he's poking out when he says every last second. So that. Yeah. I sort of remember what that's about, but not really. So I'm kind of curious what the deal with that whole thing is.
Yeah, I don't know. I obviously don't know, but my guess is that somehow these things are able to collect life. So maybe it's taking out the talking objects in order to gather their life in order to transfer it to Moscato. It really it all depends on her powers and how it kind of works.
Yeah.
I'm very curious what her devil fruit is. It is so different from the eating fruit that we saw with the munch fruit with
friggin' Wapple.
Wapple.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, Jinbei's there saying he's leaving. It's like, you know, why? All the cakes are like, why are you leaving us, boss? Why are you leaving us? And she immediately just goes silent and eats one of the talking cakes. It's like, oh God.
There is a lot of eating things that have sentience here, and it's never not horrifying.
Right? I think that it's amazing how that is the method of keeping Big Mom here terrifying.
Yes, it's just all right. Yeah, you're talking, but I'll just eat you. You know, just never ask why, who's ever is leaving, why they're doing it. It's pathetic. We're pirates, that we live the way that we want, so it's it's weird that she's both pragmatic but also still very selfish.
Yeah, it's like you're having the ritual cups of parent and child thrown back in my face, which, hey, we know what those are thanks to End of Dressrosa, so that's good.
Yep.
So I'm losing quite a lot of power due to this. I need more than, yes from you. You have to lose something too. That's the only way you can make things right. So bring out the roulette wheel. Let's find out what you're losing. And we've got hand, legs, head, and then king, which I think means getting married off. I'm going to guess. I don't know what the various other points mean, but at the very least, that's a bad roulette wheel.
Yeah, no, and that's... We don't see what comes of that, but like it again. We're getting all of these little details about how Big Mom runs things, and that she is so just off her rocker. That's like, I'm not going to decide. I'll let the roulette decide what I take from you.
And again, this is the same woman who wants to create a paradise of all races living together in peace. It's warped. I think that you can already kind of tell that it's warped. And again, I feel like I feel like I'm going to bring up the juxtaposition against Doflamingo a lot, because we do have these very two different ideas of what families are in relation to their pirate crews. But like, I feel like Doflamingo in his deep cynicism kind of understood what he was all about, right? Like he was like, like I have the people who are closest to me, and I don't care about anybody else. And Big Mom seems very much like either unaware or just doesn't care about like the contradiction. I get the feeling doesn't care. She comes across as selfishness personified.
Yeah. And I guess in terms of like the 7 deadly sins, very much just gluttony. I feel like gluttony is so much of what the story arc is.
Oh yeah. But it's already night. They're making their way. Still had to take a stop though outside between Biscuits and Nuts Island, where Brooke thankfully put all these crazy killer huge ants to sleep. And they're like, we got to get out of here before the ants attack again. But we're kind of stuck here also because the sea is made of syrup. So we need to, it hardens at night. We need the sun in order to be able to flow. So we need to actually set it on fire so we can move the Sunny forward and get away from the ants.
This is such a small detail that really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, and it's just to move the plot along, but it's so good. Yeah, it's such a good idea.
It adds so much extra texture to this whole location. It's so like just everything is so food based, and it's weird, but it also like, okay, sure. Like again, Oda's built up enough goodwill from everything else, all the other crazy concepts. It's like, yeah, food world, sure, why not?
Yeah. But the level of practicality, I think, is what I love about it so much, is that we do it's so sweet. So of course there would be giant ants here, because why not?
Yes.
And that just like, okay, we kind of have, this is kind of like our downtime moment to get a little bit of exposition and a little bit of character. we all have to work together to unfreeze the Sunny.
Yeah, specifically for Pedro, because we find out that he's been here before and has dealt with those ants before, because Pedro and Peckham's used to be pirates together. He says, we didn't know what we were doing. I thought we were explorers, but we wound up with bounties. I was only with Peckham's and his group part of the way. This is for your ears only, but the truth is, I was looking for a poneglyph. I wanted to be of service to Cat Viper. And my final voyage was the one that brought me into Big Mom's territory, where I suffered a devastating defeat. I've hardly ever told a soul about it, but, that's, I'm telling you guys because, well, the fact that the two kings showed you guys the road poneglyph, when that has not been done outside of the Kazuki clan, excuse me, since Gold Roger means they see you in him, or him in you.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. So I love like that. You know, Pedro's already seeing this, and he's already kind of thinking ahead. You know, if you know if they're seeing Roger in Luffy, it's like, well, you know, like, and we're already kind of setting up with the battle against Kaido. It's like you know, when you beat Kaido, what will happen next? And it's like, well, next you're gonna need the road poneglyph in Big Mom's possession anyway. So like, you know, basically Pedro's like, when we rescue Sanji, we ought to steal the road poneglyph as well. And it's like, when we get the whole cake, buy me some breathing room. I'm gonna steal it this time. So.
Which is cool. Like, because that was his goal. He wanted to gather up the road poneglyphs for the Cat Viper. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And Luffy's immediately like, well, if it's for our sake, I'm going with you. He's like, no, you need to keep Sanji safe. It won't be easy even after you get him back. It's like, all right. So thanks.
Yeah, not that simple. Yeah.
Oh, I am looking forward to seeing what Pedro can do. Like,
yeah, we got to see Pedro in action, man.
the history there, who he suffered defeat from, there's good stuff there. Like,
yep. This is kind of a revenge mission for him.
Yeah, I love the fact that in the lead up to this, I saw Carrot and all kinds of like just showing up with like fan art and stuff like that. Never caught a whiff of Pedro.
But yeah, right. I love that. There can still be surprises, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we have this whole other character who is just kind of a really huge kind of cornerstone to like the Straw Hats, you know, power in this part of the story, and like he's just so immediately cool and immediately lovable.
Yeah. I love how Brook also seems like has like a proud papa energy. He's like, guess that's just the star you were born under, Luffy. And it's like, you say something? Nope, nothing. Goes for me as well. You're really weird.
That's a suspicious line. I have no idea what to make of that.
Yeah, what does Brook know something? I don't.
What is he?
He doesn't act like it, but
yeah, it sticks out. It sticks out.
It does. Of course, they have to immediately make a run for it because the ants wake up and they gotta go.
Yeah, but, I'm sure the anime will cover that in excruciating detail.
Oh, of course. We got to get the whole escape sequence from that. That's prime opportunity. Mm-hmm. But the next day in the morning, they arrive. We have finally reached Whole Cake Island, where Big Mom is, and the tallest cake of them all is Big Mom's castle. So, you know, the cape there is the only weak point in the security net. So we should go. And they see someone at the shore, and that's where we end. I have no idea who's there. Says somebody's at the shore. Oh
boy, man. What a really good set, honestly. I feel like it is did a good job of really getting us pumped for Whole Cake.
I like, we thought we wouldn't be too long, and we are technically shorter than the last couple episodes, but it's also one of those things like there's so much. Again, it's character work. It's a lot of character work.
A lot of character work.
Sanji's family, Pudding, Big Mom, Jinbe, Pedro. That's much more of the focus. While also like. There's no reason to go into the society beyond it's made of food. You don't need to have anything more complex than that. Like how this is how Water 7 works. This is how Dressrosa works. This is how the toy thing. It's like, no, it's just food. Yeah, that's our gimmick.
I'm down.
Yeah, very much so.
Oh man, I feel like the memories are starting to flood back of just how much I really love this arc.
We have an SBS, but it's extremely minor about how long like people ride a bicycle and the whole Ugara and Utea, those things. So nothing too crazy there. But yeah, that is our set, and I have no idea what I'm in for when it comes to Whole Cake. Like it's like we've already arrived on the main island. The wedding is at this point in 2 days.
It's like 2 days, 3 days, something like that.
Because it was 3 days the day before, so it's the brand new day.
And a day has
assuming
passed.
It's 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And
we don't have a lot of time. Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm curious where this is all going to go, and I feel like the next one is going to be all about reconnaissance. It's about where's the red poneglyph, where is Sanji, what's up with this with Whole Cake itself. I think that's where our focus is going to be in the next set.
Yeah, because now that we have technically made landfall, like I feel like it is kind of the time for information gathering and time for, I'm wondering if we're going to see a little more of Sanji's side of things, because, that is particularly what I am kind of really excited to kind of break down a bit.
Yeah,
there is some fun stuff awaiting.
Oh, I'm sure. It really does feel like Sanji's family is the one being built up as, like they're getting the same kind of introductions as Doflamingo's family. So it's like,
oh yeah.
It's because we're not getting any like proper introductions to like, yes, this member of Big Mom's crew.
Yeah, the first proper guy we saw of Big Mom, he's dead. She killed him.
Yeah, we're still the only named members of her crew that we really know is Tamago and Peckham's.
Yeah. So, and even what we saw of Tamago, the set was, oh god.
Yeah.
So doesn't bode well.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what's coming, but with that, I believe we've said all we've wanted to say about chapters 826 to 830 of One Piece. Thank you so much for listening, and you can find more of my ramblings and stream VODs over at BitNerd Games on YouTube or simply BitNerd on BlueSky. And Brandon, where can everyone find you at?
I am Brandon Bovia on Twitter and BlueSky, talking about anime, manga, games, and my job. And still I've got some more summer anime to start checking out. I feel like I've not hit any of the big ones yet, but follow me for all my hot takes on that stuff.
Yep, check that out. And if you'd like to help us out more, you can support the podcast over at patreon.com/Derrick Bittner. That's DerrickBitner to listen to the next episode ad-free 3 days early, as well as patron-exclusive bonus episodes, which last one we did was actually on the those behind the scenes. Yeah, Jump You that we talked about in the previous episode. We actually checked out 4 of them, Oda's and 3 other manga artists at the time.
Yeah,
so it was,
was a really fun discussion. I would highly recommend, if you join the Patreon, check that out. I think we had a really good conversation about it.
We did, and our future bonus episodes are going to be covering all the prep material, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah,
to lead into stuff. One Piece Gold.
Yeah. I guess just based on the timing, we'll be, I guess, technically watching the Silvermine arc before we watch the movie by a week, right?
Something like that. So it kind of works out.
Kind of.
We'll be watching that before the Silvermine arc before, but we'll watch the other stuff that leads into it, because weirdly enough, there's a lot of stuff that leads into Gold.
There is.
Watch it. So
I've only seen the movie itself. I've not seen any of the bonus material, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, let's hope this filler arc leading into the movie is better than the one that led into Z.
The bar is very low.
Oh my, yeah. But check those out, and make sure to return next time as we discuss chapters 831 to 835 of One Piece. So until then, my friends, bye.
Remember to take life one piece at a time.
Sorry, guys. I'm not into the whole saving lives thing. But if you want that medicine so bad, why don't you take it from us? You guys are pirates, aren't you?